What we gonna do right here is go back.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, I remember that shit.
What's up, peeps, and welcome back to the Lionel B Show. It's your first time tuning into the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos, man. Also, make sure y'all click that notification bell button so anytime I drop a brand new video, y'all be the first ones to get it. Now, today we are talking about none other than Philip Michael Thomas. I got a lot of dope information about Mr. Thomas, man, that some of y'all may have not known. Now, a lot of y'all remember him, of course, from Miami Vice. That was pretty much his biggest role. However, Mr. Phillips, man, he did quite his share of films, TV shows, and movies as well. Some of the lesser known movies, I'll kind of just breeze through those a little bit, but I want to just kind of really talk about the highlights of his career. Now, Philip Michael Diggs was actually born May 26, 1949 in Columbus, Ohio. Though he was birthed in Ohio, he was raised in San Bernardino, California. Philip's father, Louis Diggs, worked as a plant foreman for the home appliance brand Westinghouse. His family consisted of Lulu McMorris, his mother, and 7 half-brothers and sisters. He was given the surname of Thomas from being named after his mother's first husband. As an adolescent, he performed in his church's theater group, and by the time he was a young teen, while being involved in the Pentecostal Delman Heights Foursquare Gospel Church Choir, he found a love for ministry. Philip Michael Thomas earned a scholarship to the mostly black Oakwood College in Huntsville, Alabama. He actually took up religion and philosophy while attending that school. He did 2 years at that college and decided to leave the small town because he had big city dreams. Philip transferred to the University of California, and during that time, he had auditioned for and won a role in the San Francisco cast of Hair, and then actually started off his acting career. Catching the acting bug, Thomas dropped out of college and wanted to pursue acting as a profession. He appeared in multiple features during the 1970s, including his big breakout role in the classic black musical drama film Sparkle, and also did a controversial animated film called Coonskin. Now, Sparkle was actually a hit, but his true success and big break came 8 years later when he landed a starring role in the popular 1980 television series Miami Vice, playing alongside Don Johnson as Ricardo Tubbs. Philip did 5 seasons with Miami Vice, but he wasn't treated very fairly when it came to compensation. Thomas stated that he was paid $25,000 per episode for seasons 1 through 2, and 2 years later, he was given an increase to $50,000 per episode for seasons 3 through 5. Now, Don Johnson, on the other hand, was paid $30,000 per episode for seasons 1 through 2, and 2 years later, a whopping $90,000 per episode for seasons 3 through 5. Now, how is that for white privilege? Philip Michael Thomas actually released music as well. In 1985, he dropped an album entitled Living the Book of My Life under his own imprint, Spaceship Records. The album flopped like pancakes and failed to come up with one promising single, even though he produced a video for the song Just the Way I Planned It. Thomas even performed the song during a 1985 episode on Miami Vice called The Maze. Also, Miami Vice featured another one of his songs called La Morada. Now, Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas kept releasing their own personal albums, and fans just weren't buying into their singing careers as much as they loved them on the TV show. Now, eventually in 1994, Thomas teamed up with Kathy Rahil to compose My Miami, and it was chosen as the city's Miami theme song. During his business dealings in 1994, Philip Michael Thomas signed an agreement with the Florida-based Psychic Readers Network, later known as Traffics Incorporated.
Are you fed up with all of those unfulfilled psychic predictions? Hi friends, I'm Philip Michael Thomas.
Now here's where things became weird, because he signed with them to become the spokesman for the Philip Michael Thomas International Psychic Network. He starred in the television ads and made claims to have met the planet's premier psychics through his worldly travels. His outfits were similar to his Miami Vice character, and he even borrowed the phrases from Miami Vice to World Advice. He even promoted late-night infomercials with Eileen Brennan, Todd McKee and his own daughter, Sasha Nicole, to promote the psychic line and try to find an audience that could relate. He was so into this business that he dropped a cassette tape of music that was linked to his psychic business titled PMT, Psychic Connection Volume 1. Now, Traffics later on replaced Philip with Miss Cleo. He then sued, alleging it was a breach of contract, and he was awarded $1.48 million plus an additional $780,000 in interest for improper use of his name and likeness. Now, in 1997, he returned to TV with his former Miami Vice mate Don Johnson for the police drama Nash Bridges, where he played as Cedric Rick Hawks, a postal inspector from Miami visiting Bridges, aka Don Johnson, in San Francisco. He only actually made 2 appearances in the show, and his last appearance came about in 2001 as the program season ended. It certainly wasn't over for Phillips by a long shot. A well-known video game developer named Rockstar Games was developing open-world Grand Theft Auto mayhem style called Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and that came about in 2002. Now, it was only right that they tapped Philip to lend his voice to the classic video game because it was based loosely on the TV show Miami Vice and the whole South Florida vibe. Philip Michael Thomas lent his voice as Lance Vance in the video game and also made another appearance in the prequel Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories in 2006. Now, after his work on the video game, Philip decided to retire completely from acting. Now, here is actually how Philip Michael Thomas looks now. Now, Philip Michael Thomas is the father of 11 beautiful children, 5 from his wife he married in 1986 and divorced in 1998, and 6 from other relationships. Now, Thomas is a vegetarian, non-smoker, and also a non-drinker. And as you can see from the pictures, he is also part of the Beard Gang movement. And also, another interesting fun fact is his daughter is a young black country singer, and she goes by the name of Amaj, and y'all can check out some of her music on her Instagram page, as well as, of course, maybe on Apple iTunes. Alright, peeps, so that was my story about Philip Michael Thomas. Where are they now? Do y'all remember? Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos, share the videos, and I'll peep y'all on the next one. Holla.